It's your girl Briera, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. I would like to first and foremost thank our Heavenly Parents, Mother, Father, Source of Creation, for giving me this opportunity to be here with you today. I would like to do a quick vibe check for the Cancers. This is going to be a vibe check that just picks up on the vibe, okay? This is going to be a fortune and tarot reading. Remember, these messages are general, so please take what resonates and what doesn't. Cancer, you are my last vibe check of the vibe check zodiac placements. Okay, the moon, planet. Like, you have to open your mind or continue to open your mind to everything that's going on, everything that surrounds you, everything that you truly are as an individual. So, yeah. We have mature woman flipping over, okay? Yeah, it's like someone is more mature than and more of a team player. Yeah, it's like team building skills, understanding the influences and the influencers for who they truly are is why someone is in a certain position of understanding, honestly, because they take time to understand people for who they are, and they meet them where they are. They don't try to manipulate certain things. They allow it to be who people are without getting saddened by it, because things can change, things can grow, things can be better. But by me trying to force that out of you, by me trying to pull your hand and coach you through how to maneuver in life, that will never be as prosperous as you really, really, really allow it to be. Yeah, with wealthy man coming out, it's like you have to see that for really what it is. It's not. It's an unfortunate situation by it not being something that you thought it would be, but at the same time, it's like you have to see that just because something looks a certain way doesn't mean it's actually that way. Just because something appears to be that way doesn't mean that it's actually going to be as beneficial as the clocks make it seem like. So, yeah. With change, yeah, it's like change your mind, change your environment, change how you have been approaching certain things. Is basically how this ties back to working really hard to understand what it is and why it is, and how to become better at building and creating what has been built and created before us, who was the ones that actually initiated it, and the things that they actually sacrificed it, and to actually be there and get how we got to this point of having these educations, of having these schools, I should say, and these churches and religions and different races, even dated back before the races became something. Yeah, with distant horizon, it's like something is more in that something is more like in this physical world than the dream state, and that's more of like why it's this like juggling of things. That's why it's like this is not really what it's supposed to be, but maybe it is. Who knows? Because we are invested in what we feel like has been working, or it didn't work, but it did work because we got this far, we got this like that far, we got that just like that. So I mean, it works. It clearly it works, but for what reason and how? I mean, unless you have more than what it appears like you have. So that's why we look and we see and become one with child. Yeah, it's like, oh, because we position people, we move things, we maneuver things, we have these things to be where, you know, it's opposite. What you are attracting, they are losing. What you are losing, they are attracting. And but how and why is it being allowed? That's just kind of what it is. You know, it's not even like, you know, it's wrong or it's right. What are you going to do? Cry about it? Is that why we're still sitting here crying about the inevitable of what we have been invested in? I don't know. But it's like, you know, but what is the value of that? What are you doing with that? You think, well, no, now we're going to be in our true forms. It's going to be everlasting. It's going to be love. It's going to be fun. It's going to be this. It's going to be ventures. It's going to be, you know, domination, full control. It's going to be that. And I don't know, maybe for a little bit, you know, maybe, yeah, with the four with the four of, I keep seeing that courtship all day, but you have to listen to the messages for what they truly are. Understand the family dynamic for truly what it is, instead of trying to make it to be something that it's not. If it's not that, then it's not that, and it could be dealt with in that manner. But at the end of the day, it's not something that we are even truly like set in stone with, because of the sudden changes and suddenly having to even be in position of power at such a young age. That can't be something that you will ever think is the true definition of what we intended for everyone. It's just like, you know, and there's a difference when you have reached that level of maturity and you are engaging in it yourself and you are doing it. It doesn't matter what your age is, but when it's being manifested for you, when it's being manipulated for you, when it's being taken from you at such an early age, or even an early comprehension of things, it could never be as you would think it would be down the road. It's just the honest truth. Yeah, with the chariot falling on my lap, it's like you have to take control over your mind, and that's just what it is. Take control over your mind. We have judgment falling on the floor. Yeah. It's like, and it fell out in reverse. It's like this mature woman. It's like, it gives big devil energy. It gives real big devil energy that's not really emotionally sound and body. It's a lot of hidden things. It's a lot of inconsistencies. It's a lot of probably bad luck or something. I don't know, with this Cancer. Oh, with this judgment. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Five of Pentacles. We have the Two of Cups, and we have the Page of Wands. Yeah, it was like, you know, someone didn't make a judgment call to leave a deceitful situation. So it was basically like they're just in this position because, you know, they don't want to leave, basically. So, you know, they're in this false like type of energy where they are being left out, but it's made to feel like hope is still on their side. Good fortune is still on their side, based off of the things that they still can feel and see about a potential situation. And that's just the truth. What's this wealthy man? Yeah, with Hermit. It's like, yeah, you have to see the spiritual acceleration for truly what it is and why it is and how it is. because that will help you see that something was already gained with that spiritual enlightenment that was needed to pursue and proceed on certain acts to be what they are today. Too much policing. Too much policing. False leadership. What's the term in here? Yep. With the Nine of Cups. Because it's all about wish fulfillment. My wishes is being granted with strength. Knight of Cups and Queen of Wands. My wishes are being granted, you know. Whoop-de-doo, whoop-de-doo. This wealthy man is attracted to me. Whoop-de-doo, whoop-de-doo. I have this, I have that. Whoop-de-doo, whoop-de-doo. When really you have nothing, when you don't understand the balances that's needed within your own life, when you don't understand what's really going on with the energies that surround you and why you are surrounded by them. So, you know, that surrounds you and why you are surrounded by them. That does kind of make sense. Come on, give me a break. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, man, that's funny. But yeah, it's just making sure that the wish fulfillment and all that stuff is really what it is. You don't need to manipulate things. You don't need to try to make things appear to be something that they're not. Just know things for what they are, and just don't allow for anyone to make you feel like you're living in this fantasy world when you really aren't. You're just able to see that whatever you feel like you are benefiting from, if it's not to truly come back in full circle of making sure that things are what they are supposed to be, nobody benefits from it. So that's just kind of what it boils down to be. What's this change here? Okay, we got the Five of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Two of Swords. Yeah, it's like, man, there's been a lot of fighting, a lot of endings. A lot of endings. So many endings. And, you know, they still linger. They still, you know, they still try to whatever. But, I mean, so many endings. It's just like, jeez Louise. Okay. All right. And it's just because of people not having the patience to just not try to do too much. Not being good friends to those that surrounds them. Not having real courage. Because you could have stood your ground in a different type of way, but you didn't. And that inevitably caused the change to be, you know, amongst us all. You feel me? What's this distant horizon reverse? Yeah, with the High Priestess. I feel like continue to listen to your intuition, child. Understand how when you need to call on your protection and when you don't, when you need more wisdom than knowledge, when you need more this than that. It's got to be more than just a physical attraction. It needs to be more than that. And that's just really what that resting on certain engagements really are. We have the Nine of Wands with the Hangman and the Knight of Wands. And it's like, yeah, someone that's not budging, someone that's not giving up, no one's giving it away. Yeah, it's a money business. It brings in that power, that wand, that control, that make you feel like, you know, we got people bowing down to us, but we really only got people stacking things up against you on a way grander scale of things. So, but yeah, maybe, who knows? That's the juggle. Maybe there's more. Maybe there's not. We will never know until they all drop. Hey, I ain't messing with you, man. Look, let me see. What's this child here? What's this child? All right. We got the 7, the 6 of Cups with the 4 of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups and, oh geez, wow, with the Star and the 2 of Pentacles. Jeez Louise. Yeah, it's the communication. It changes the whole atmosphere, bro. It changes the whole atmosphere. So it's like, you have to see that juggle and for what it is. When you juggle too many people, places, and things, and too many ideas of what is and what was and how is and how was, and instead of being in the present moment and actually nurturing from that creative aspect of things, you'll always find yourself being comfortable but being the circus act of it all. And that's the sad truth about who we are as the human race, and why it's like, you know what, we are going to make sure you all really get that as being even just a community of people, or being just a race of people, or being just a this of people. The human race will show why it's more valuable here, leading and pulsing on earth than not. Courtship here with the Magician, the Empress, and the 9 of Swords. So it's just like, we done, and that's what they hold. It's like, I don't like this energy because we already know what they've done. We already know what they've engaged in. We already know how they've gotten here. We know. So by that still being what's talked about and what's thought about and what's really, act upon, then that's what keeps throwing it off. But I'm telling you what it is and why it is and how it is. And then it's like, it's like, whoa. But anywho, you do what you do. You see things how you see things, and understand these losses, and not calling things out for what they are will be the downfall of everything and everyone. And like I said, maybe something would happen to your child if or maybe not. You never know. But we are all intertwined with one another, and you have to see that for what it is. It's like, that's why I was telling everybody, that was never the intention for things to be. But when you surround yourself with people, you have to see why we are where we are and how we got in here. So, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I mean, we just gotta keep just being patient, y'all. I talked for a long time tonight, so I feel like, it's appropriate for Cancer to be last, because at the end of the day, there's not really much love in that energy right now at all. It's more manipulation, more magic, more juggling, more trying to compete and compare and, digress what is really going on. So it's not even, it's like, it's okay. I hope what's understood doesn't truly need to be explained at this point of the day, That's just the truth. But all right, Cancer, that's all I got for you, if I'm being quite honest, okay? That's all I got for you. I hope something truly did resonate, okay? It's been a long day, but I got them all done. You were my last zodiac reading of the live checks, and I'm happy I got them all done. And like I said, remember, it's just about the value of who we are as the human race, that one internally process. So externally, let's just keep working hard and making sure we are aligning with things that is meant for us and why it's meant for us, and see that in full beauty for what it truly is, okay? You are loved and appreciated for being just who you are. Until next time.